So imagine, if you will, it's the 1970s. You're watching a series in the semifinal between the Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens. The Montreal Canadiens are pretty well a few months away from the big late 1970s dynasty, but in this series, Montreal can't do much. It's not because they can't outscore Buffalo, it's because this guy drove them nuts. Anytime he would stop them on defense, he'd come up the other way, and his line mates Don Luce or Danny Gare would score. Now, I consider him one of the best players not in the Hockey Hall of Fame. He should be, not only because as a player, he changed the way we looked at two-way players in the 1970s. He's gone on to be an acclaimed head coach and assistant coach and international coach for numerous teams. So today we're talking about another Bo Sheaves request. Our good friend Bo. Bo always keeps me on my toes about people we should recognize. And if this is going to scare the Montreal Canadiens fans on this channel, it should. Today we're talking about the Hab Killer, Craig Ramsay. Now, Craig Edward Ramsay, born in Western Ontario, March 17, 1951, has given literally close to 60 years. He's 71 now, but soon be 71, excuse me. He's given 60 years to hockey in every capacity, from minor hockey to head coaching. Now, he played the NHL from 71 to 85 before beginning an NHL coaching career, and served as the final head coach of the Atlanta Thrashers. He is currently the head coach of the Slovakian men's national ice hockey team, years after ending his time in the NHL as AC for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, Ramsay began his hockey career with the prestigious Peterborough Peach of the late 60s and early 70s. He spent 4 seasons in Peterborough, where he excelled at his two-way game. He caught the attention of many scouts. In 1971, he was drafted 19 overall by the Sabres in that big 1971 NHL entry draft. Now, to talk about Ramsay's accomplishments, you have to consider this. On many sites, he's considered a great hockey mind. That's his unofficial title. Now, he had a remarkably productive but low-key career, because playing in the Buffalo market, other than Hockey Night in Canada and some other outlets that cover the Habs, he didn't get enough publicity. During the 70s, he established himself as one of the greatest defensive forwards in NHL history, and would have won more than one Selke if it weren't for Bob Gainey. As a penalty killer and defensive specialist, Ramsay was far ahead of his time. He would go on to play over 1,000 NHL games with the Sabres, including a remarkable streak of 776 consecutive games, the 4th longest Ironman streak in NHL history. He also won his lone Selke in his final NHL season at the age of 34. As great and long-lasting as his playing career was, Ramsay would prove to be even more durable as an NHL coach, and the more than 4 decades that have passed since he was drafted in 1971, he has held a variety of coaching positions with 8 different teams. Over these years, he's considered again one of the best hockey minds ever, as he has amassed a remarkable combination of hockey knowledge and experience that few in the game can match. Now, ironically, he had his first game against Vancouver November 27, 71, and of course he wrapped up his NHL career in a playoff game against Quebec in 85, and that ended it right there. Now, he decided to end his career in 1985 in September of that year, and he did win the Stanley Cup as a coach in 2004. Now, All-Star game in 76, his only All-Star game, and the Selke Trophy winner in 85, and he played his first 1,000 game against Calgary in October 1984. Now, awards and honors, he won the Tim Horton Memorial Award for the Unsung Hero in 74, the Charlie Barton Memorial Silver Stick Award, Dedication to the Game and Most Improved Player Award, the co-winner. 75, he won the Frank Edels Memorial Trophy, Most Popular. In 79, the Wayne Larkin Memorial Trophy as Players MVP, and the Frank Edels Memorial Trophy as Most Popular. Now, NHL records. He holds the record shared fewest penalty minutes in one season, 0 in 1974. Most consecutive games for the Sabres, 776, between March 27, 73 to February 10, 84. Most games played by the left wing by Buffalo, 1070. Highest career minus rating, plus 328. Most shorthanded goals, 27. And fewest penalty minutes in a full season, 0 in 1974. Now, He recorded his first hat trick in Buffalo December 5th, 71 versus Minnie. Scored all 3 goals on Cesar Maniego in a 3-1 win. They were also the first 3 goals of his NHL career in his 5th NHL game. He scored the first playoff goal in Sabres history on April 4th, 73 at Montreal. The goal at 3:13 of the second gave Buffalo a 1-0 lead in the first playoff game in the squad's annals. Now he tied the NHL record for fewest penalty minutes in a full season in 74 with 0. Scored a hat trick in Buffalo's February 21st, 75 game against Washington. Now he also played on the Buffalo team that lost to Philly in the 75 Stanley Cup Finals. He set a Buffalo record since tied for shorthanded goals in a playoff game and won in the Sabres' April 8, 76 game versus St. Louis. His goal was also the first shorthanded playoff goal in Sabres history. Now he scored his 3rd hat trick in Buffalo's October 28 game, 77 versus Colorado. He was also the runner-up to Bob Gainey in voting for the inaugural Frank J. Selke Award in 78. He scored the game's lone goal for Buffalo in a 1-0 win versus Toronto on October 19, 78. He was also runner-up to Gainey in voting for Selke in 1980. Now, he also was a runner-up to Gainey in 81. He retired again as one of only 2 players that have appeared in 1,000 games with Buffalo. The second, of course, being Gilbert Perreault. He retired with the NHL record since broken by Doug Jarvis for longest consecutive game streak with one team, 776. He was the first Buffalo Sabres player to win the Selke Trophy in 84-85 and inducted into the Buffalo Sabres Hall of Fame, inducted into the Greater Buffalo Sports Hall of Fame in 95, and inducted into the Etobicoke Sports Hall of Fame in 2012. Sorry about that, but Doug Jarvis, not consecutive with multiple teams. My apologies. Now, the Rammer, as he was called, is the father of former Tier 2 junior player and NHL video coach Travis Ramsay. He's also father of former minor leaguer and NHL scout Chad Ramsay. He's also the father of former college goaltender Brendan Ramsay and the brother-in-law of former NHL player Doug Gibson. Now, non-playing career, a lot going on. He was named Buffalo's player assistant coach on September 14, 84, and retired as a player on September 8, 85, and remained as AC until November 6, 86. He was named Buffalo's interim head coach on November 6 and remained there until December. He was named Florida's associate coach on June 18, 93, prior to the team's inaugural season, and remained there until June 95. He was named Ottawa's AC on June 6, 96, and remained in that position until July 7, 98. He was named the Flyers' assistant coach on July 7, 98, and remained there until February 20, 2000. During this time, he served as Philadelphia's head coach from March 21st, 22nd, 99, when Roger Nielsen was suspended by the NHL. He was named the Flyers' interim head coach on February 20th, when Nielsen was diagnosed with cancer, and remained there until June 8, 2000. He was named Phillies head coach on June 8, 2000, and stayed there until December 10, 2000. He was named Tampa Bay's associate coach on January 17, 2001, and remained there until 2007. He was named Boston's assistant coach on August 1st, 07, and stayed there until June 21st, 2010. Then the promotion. He was named Atlanta's first head coach on June 24, 2010, and was still under contract when the team relocated to Winnipeg, and remained there until he lost the job to fellow candidate Claude Duell on June 24, 2011. He was named Florida's AC on July 7, 2011, and stayed there until November 8, 2013. He then was named Edmonton's AC on June 10, 2014, and later, after he was let go, him and Keith Acton, he became head coach of the Slovakian squad. Now, management, he was named Buffalo Director of Professional Evaluation and Development on December 22nd, 86, and stayed there until 1990. He was named Buffalo Assistant to GM prior to the 91 season and remained there until June 18, 93. He also was a Dallas Pro Scout during the 96 season. Now, he was also selected by the WHA, taken by the Whalers in February 1972. Again, the big line to him, Gare and Luce, Don Luce and Danny Gare. Boys, what a line he had. Now, a dual citizen, he was naturalized as an American during his playing days in Buffalo. Now, his big heroes growing up included Dave Keon, because, of course, he grew up in Toronto. Now, his streak is the second longest in NHL history at the time it ended. He was also was an AC under Roger Nielsen, who had been, of course, Eugene's junior coach in Peterborough. Now, he was called up to the NHL for good after 19 AHL games in 71 and never played in the minors again. Now, he was also Buffalo's team rep on the NHLPA for much of his playing career. Now, again, the last head coach of the Thrashers before he relocated to Winnipeg, and he's only one of only 4 Buffalo players to have appeared in over 80 playoff games for the squad. He was also a guest columnist for NHL.com during the 2014 playoffs. Now, the 74 season, again, 78 games, but still recorded 46 points. Now, as of this presentation, he's the second best of the non-Hockey Hall of Famers to not be in the Hall of Fame. Brad McCrimmon is first with plus 448. He's 22nd best all time. And again, that's the only 2 players of the 22 non-inducted in the Hockey Hall of Fame. So hopefully Brad and Craig will be in down the road. Now, again, the multiple teams that were interested in him, because Craig could teach 3 or 4 things at once. Teamwork, defensive, offense, and strategies. He had the Roger Nielsen style of coaching. Now, the big year, of course, when Roger Nielsen was treated for cancer by the Flyers, he led the team to a 16-8-1 mark while taking the Atlantic Division 105 points. Now, he led them all the way to the semifinals before eliminated by eventual champions New Jersey. Now, when Nielsen was dismissed for health reasons at the end of the 2000 season, again, he started that next year 12-12-4 before being fired. Now, when he joined the Lightning in 2001 as an AC, he won his first Stanley Cup in 2004 when the Lightning bet the Flames in 7 games. Now, in 2007, when he was with the Bruins, he made the playoffs every year when he was with them, and he finished first in the Eastern Conference in 2009. Again, he was only dismissed by the team's new ownership group, True North Sports and Entertainment, following the Thrashers' relocation to Winnipeg. But then again, the Panthers called again. Now, he left the Oilers in June 4, 2015, along with fellow AC Keith Acton. Now, he joined the Slovakian men's national ice hockey team in 2017, which has been a great fit for him, of course. Now, just to recap his career, ladies and gentlemen, from 1973 to 1985, he consistently was in a good column. 11, 20, 26, 22, 20, 28, 26, 21, 24, 16, 11, 9, and 12 goals. 28, 46, 64, 71, 61, 71, 57, 60, 59, 51, 29, 26, and 33 points. Now, 1,070 games, 252 goals, 426, 672 points, and only 201 minutes and penalties. Now, the only time I remember him taking a major probably is might have been the 1973 season. So quite impressive. In the playoffs, 89 games, 17 goals, 31 assists, and of course 75 to big 12 points in 17 games, 48 points in 89 games, 17 goals. NHL coaching record overall with Buffalo, Philly, and Atlanta, 66, 71, 7, and 12. And again, one of the few players in NHL history to coach 3 NHL teams in 3 different decades. So he coached Buffalo in the 80s, the Flyers in the 90s, the Flyers in the 2000s, and Atlanta, 4 decades, and Atlanta in the 2010s. So he scored, again, 4 different decades. So Craig Ramsay, again, Bo had mentioned that to me, one of the most underrated players of all time. Scary how good this guy was, that's all I can say. So ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing here with our channel, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, you're only as good as your last game. And his last game was memorable because Buffalo, my God, ladies and gentlemen, that old division with Montreal, Quebec, Hartford, Buffalo, Boston, what a division that was. And Craig Ramsay should be in the Hall of Fame. He will get there one of these days. But how do you put him in? How do you put in 6 years of hockey in one 10-minute presentation? Thanks for listening. Bye.